it can get you out of trouble, and it did that tonight.
Relief, you, my word.
That's the face that says everything you need to know.
That says
Yeah!
I'm so sorry. I'm rest. Bye-bye. I'm not work today. I'm rest. Lisa, Doña.
Hey, he's got to go and do. I think Eddie slipped in my contract. I think he slipped Kristijan Prenga a nice little contract.
I was thinking, bloody hell, the rematch looks cheap. You know what I mean?
Eddie, wow. Jeopardy nearly.
AJ fancies it.
What's Jeopardy nearly?
I mean, listen, I've never experienced anything like it. I've never felt any. I mean, you know, it's a weird feeling in the first round because all week I've been thinking to myself, has he come back too early? Do you know what I mean? And then when he got dropped, I was like, and I was also, I got to be honest, I'm thinking that's career over. And I'm kind of thinking to myself, you know what? I'm proud of him for even getting back in the ring. And if it ends like this, you know, I'm still, he should be really proud of the fact that he even returned to boxing. What do he have, 24 breaks in his ribs or something? I mean, couldn't move. Was in hospital for weeks and weeks, lost his two best friends. To even be in the ring was incredible. But to come back from that and to produce that kind of finish and knockout, the guy's got balls the size of, in the big, you know the bowling balls that are like, they say like 24 and you can hardly pick them up. They're like that, swinging off his old boy. But you've got to nail him into the canvas. And he makes mistakes. It was a terrible mistake that he made. He held on, he extended his arms. And Prenga's a monster puncher and he walked onto an uppercut and, you know, somehow he found a way to recover. But when he went back on that stool, what price was he to win that fight in the second round? I mean, it was unbelievable.
AJ is ridiculous. Damn, you about to punch me in the face on my... All right, here we go. I mean, it doesn't matter with AJ. He's not timid. He's not... Hey, AJ, if you're going to drop him in the first, but knock him out in the second so I can get my bag. Knock him out in the second, fam. If you knock him out in the first, I don't win any money. All right, here we go. Good jab from AJ. 2 minutes. Good jab from AJ. Good footwork, AJ. Oh, AJ looks quick. Good jab from AJ. AJ is too much. He's bigger than AJ. Why is AJ so much bigger? Look at AJ's legs in there. Uh-oh, good combination from Prenga. Prenga dropped AJ with an uppercut. AJ got dropped with an uppercut. AJ got dropped with an uppercut. AJ got dropped, bruh. Come on, AJ. When he throws the right, because AJ got to do a pull. Oh, that was beautiful. That jab, right, that's the one that ruined Jake Paul's jaw. Good feint from AJ. AJ getting his head together. Oh, big right hand, AJ. Knock him out. Oh, he knocked him out. AJ knocked him out. AJ, I don't know. Give me my money. Give me my $2,200. Give me my money. My money. Yeah.
A beautiful comeback story. Because he made the comeback into the fight and then a comeback in the fight. Hard punches, like Prenga, he went for it, right? Damage Edge early, tried to finish him. Came to free accounts, but then, he just came back, clipped him, jab, right strike, finished him with beautiful.
Alistair, you're a fighter yourself. I mean, how good could that knockout be in terms of AJ's confidence,
and feeling sure of himself. How good could that be for him?
It was needed, but I think his confidence was there beforehand already. When I look at it a little bit different, like from a fighter's perspective, you can see his confidence. They both have confidence, but yeah, it's important to cement it, and he did that with those punches.
We're gonna say that as Team Tyson Fury, as you want to make this fight, was there a sense of relief that AJ Alexei gets up and does get the job done on the night?
Yeah, I actually thought when he got out of the first round he would actually do that, because his opponent, listen, fair play to him, he jumped on him and he done a job on him.
Have you seen anything there as Team Tyson Fury that worries you at all, or?
Absolutely nothing.
And is there anything stopping this fight being made now? Both guys won their fights.
Absolutely not.
November?
Probably, yeah.
Thank you.
A crazy fight. Our first round was hard to watch, but man, the guy showed some perseverance, man, and came back with a bang. Give me your thoughts on that, man.
Hey, I said the fight was going to go 2-3 rounds, but you just didn't see it going that way. But I think AJ was cold. He got woken up in the corner. They woke him up. He got warm, got into his groove, and then he finished his dinner.
Well, what do you make of that, man? It was hard at times, but wow. Like, I just spoke to one of the trainers and he was like, mate, that shows what sort of man he is. That he's come off the ground twice and then he's come back and just done what he done, man.
He had to do what he had to do. I mean, Kristijan Prenga, fair play to him. It seems like there's going to be some fights for him in the future.
I appreciate it a lot. Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua is at the fight. We want to see regardless of nothing else now. Nothing should come in.
Nothing else. And it's got to happen this year. I mean, I'd love to see it next.
Look, Joe, I know it's late, so I'm just going to quickly ask on AJ. I just want to ask you at the end of the first round, obviously we've spoken, we expected pretty comfortable nights for both Fury and Joshua. I mean, what was you thinking at the end of the first and then the end of the second, of course?
Well, the end of the first round, I think even everyone was just sat there at the jaw like,
yeah. And
it was seconds away from the career, everything over. And for him to come out, recuperate, and set about him, get his wits together, and put a spectacular finish on it. But that first round, the whole crowd, everyone's, as heavy as the knockdown was, you could hear everyone's jaw hit the floor with it. I didn't see any on the camera, but I'm sure he was a little bit startled as well. But what a 4 or 5 minutes of absolutely chaos we've just had in the ring there tonight. Unbelievable.
Teddy Atlas wasn't convinced by Kristijan Prenga's record. While 20 knockout victories grabbed attention, Atlas argued the numbers didn't tell the full story, insisting the opponents Prenga faced lacked the quality needed to prove he belongs among serious contenders.
If we're going to speak the truth, I mean, that's what we speak here. I mean, we don't BS people. He's a big guy. He matches Joshua a little bit in size. Maybe Joshua's 6'6", he's 6'5", whatever. But even with his 20 knockout, you said it right. They've been against really soft opposition. I mean, real soft, like liquid soft. I mean, soft. And I don't think that it really, truly, I don't think that it really measures his power.
Atlas believed a disciplined Joshua, using a sharp jab to create openings for powerful right hands and relentless body shots, had all the tools to end the fight early. But it quickly became obvious whether the game plan would unfold as expected.
In the fight, how he goes about it. Does he go about being aggressive? To me, if he backs him up behind that hard jab that he has and looks to set up the right hand and go to the body with that left hook he throws well, the fight ends in a round or two. It could. In a couple rounds. It could. If he doesn't, and he allows Prenga, who I think has legs that can move a little bit, let him move around a little bit, then it could go a few rounds. They can, again, I think it's his call. And where is he at? Where is he at mentally right now when he gets in that ring?
Meanwhile, Gareth A. Davies was just as confident, identifying Joshua's jab as the decisive weapon. He believed it would create every opening needed, putting Joshua in perfect position to take control and secure a convincing finish.
Yeah, Kristijan Prenga, 35 years old. He's fought a lot of lower level fighters. I had a long study of his record yesterday. The one thing that on AJ, first of all, I agree with you. It's fantastic to have him back. I think Prenga is in trouble. Just straight out there, I think AJ goes out there, and it looks like a Ngannou performance to me, where he'll size him up with the jab and let that booming right hand go and devastate Prenga, who obviously has a punch.
Eddie Hearn and Tony Bellew viewed Prenga as a tougher but less refined version of Usyk. They believed his technique lacked polish and his attacks were easier to anticipate, yet his aggressive style and close-range pressure still posed a genuine threat if Joshua lost focus.
Talking about Prenga, I think Prenga's a poor man's Ajit Cabello. I think that's the best way to explain him. He's a poor man. I don't know if that's good or bad. No, he's a poor man's Cabello. He's a heavyweight who's pretty rarely goes to body. He likes to get up close and fight inside. Technically, he's not great. He telegraphs a lot of his punches, but he can punch. Make no mistake about that. He can whack a little bit. But I think that's a fair, assessment in saying he's a poor man's Cabello. Cabello's one of the best fighters in the world.
They also emphasized everything Joshua had been through, both physically and mentally, arguing those experiences would heavily influence his performance. In their view, the lessons he had gained would shape his mindset, guide his approach, and play a crucial role in the direction of the fight.
So I know styles make fights, etc., and anything can happen, but you've got to be beating guys like this. I think the bigger issue is what he's been through, what he's come back from, physically particularly, and how he's feeling. And I said yesterday, you don't know. I mean, this is a case for all people, but specifically with what he's been through. You just don't know when the head hits the pillow at night what's really going on.
Yeah, no one knows.
I mean, boxing saved him as a young man, and it's kind of saved him again here, because I think without it, those thoughts and those emotions would be overwhelming. But this gives him the focus. I know he's feeling, the strength of Cena and Lats in training, and a lot of what he's doing is kind of dedicated to them. But when he's in, Tony will tell you, when you're training and you're in that regiment, it's a lot easier to be focused on what you're doing. The most impressive thing that he did was the period from the crash to the training camp.
Yeah.
Because people don't realise he couldn't move in bed. Every turn was just complete agony. And he would train every day during that period. On the bike, the 2 hours, standing on this balance thing, like the brain stuff. Like, it's just, to get himself back into camp was probably the most challenging part and the most impressive part. Once he was back in camp, I knew he'd be okay, because that's when you're just focused on what you're doing. And to think that it was only 7 months.
Tim Bradley saw the matchup as completely one-sided from the outset, questioning why it had even been made. He repeatedly highlighted the massive gap in experience, insisting Prenga had yet to prove he belonged in the ring against a fighter of Joshua's caliber.
I don't know how to feel about this fight. It ain't really a fight, to be honest with you. I know they're going to lace him up. I know they're going to get in the ring. However, it's a complete mismatch. You know, as far as experience goes, as far as it's everything. You know, this is another charity case. Netflix, y'all got to do better, man. I can't be letting these promoters bully y'all, man, into giving y'all this type of shit. It's trash. Really is. You know, y'all did that with Fury. Fury is supposed to, y'all paid for a body and y'all didn't get it. You know, at least Anthony Joshua.
Spencer Oliver believed Joshua's mentality would be the defining element in the fight. He argued that boxing had taken on a deeper significance following recent personal hardships, giving Joshua a renewed sense of purpose that Oliver felt would drive him to deliver his best performance.
Psychologically, you can underperform. We saw that against Usyk, and hopefully we don't see it against Anthony.
No, because this guy's a boxer and he'll make normal shapes. But Prenga said, and I do agree with him.
Former kickboxer, by the way.
Former kickboxer, yeah, but he's boxed for a long time now, 10 years. The thing about he's saying about AJ is this is a lose-lose for him. And unless AJ goes in there and dominates him and knocks him out, which I believe he'll do inside 3 rounds, if not 2, I think it is a lose-lose for him. And I think Prenga's right in that respect to throw that out there.
Absolutely. Again, that's the mind games, you know, and I think that Prenga's spot on with that analogy. You know, Anthony Joshua has to go in there. He has to be spiteful. He has to get the job done for me inside 3 rounds as well. There's no feeling out process. You've got to go in there and show that you are back. Make a statement.
Adipole was completely confident in Joshua, predicting a dominant display from the opening bell. He expected the fight to end well before the final round, convinced Joshua's power and experience would be too much to handle. In his view, Prenga had shown nothing to suggest he could turn the tide.
Warm up for the biggest monolithic, megalithic boxing match we've ever had in the UK. He needs to have a great camp, to have all the Usyk guys around him, and go out there and prove that he's tip-top.
Absolutely. Listen, he's out training in Valencia with Team Usyk. I think that, you know, he's been under the watchful eye of them. He said he's made improvements, not just physically, but mentally. The training regime has been military as well. And you're going to see a new improved Anthony Joshua. And I know it, even at the age of 36, people are saying, how can you improve? Well, he says that he has improved, and that he's been under the tutelage of Team Usyk. It's going to be interesting.
I think psychologically they've been brilliant for him. And Alexander Usyk is his new mentor and cheerleader, and I love all that.
Ahead of the fight, Max Kellerman and Malik Scott stressed that this was anything but a routine tune-up. They argued that although Prenga entered as the clear underdog, his size, punching power, and fearless approach made him a genuine threat who could capitalize on even the smallest mistake from Joshua.
It's been a challenging time for Anthony Joshua, isn't it? And I think under the circumstances, he's in very good spirits. You know, it was a tragic time that he's been through. He seems to have overcome that. He's channeled his energy into fighting again. It's not talking about just one fight and then the Tyson Fury fight, where it's a 2-fight deal that they've actually signed there, but he's talking about longevity still in the sport. He's talking about boxing up until he's 40. He turns 37 in October. So I think we're going to see a lot more of Anthony Joshua. That's where he's channeled all of his energy. So yeah, he's in a very good space. He was in a good mood, Jim.
Adam Catterall wasn't focused on forcing an early finish. His main goal was building chemistry with his new corner, refining the basics, and bringing back the sharp jab and powerful 1-2 combinations that defined his style.
No doubt in my mind that AJ does defeat Kristijan Prenga and does it quickly. But no doubt in my mind. There are some times where I'm like, you know, if AJ gets caught, this could happen, but no. I think AJ is going to be destructive. I think AJ is going to be fast. This will be AJ's second camp under his new trainer, so hopefully they're a bit more in sync about what is expected from Anthony Joshua, and Anthony Joshua's in sync about what's expected from his new trainer. But I expect this to be a very, very good AJ, regardless of what's happened outside the ring. And it's difficult to say that because how can that not seep through into the ring?
Before the fight, Adam Booth predicted it wouldn't make it past 7 rounds. He felt the wear and tear both heavyweights had accumulated over the years would prevent the matchup from turning into a prolonged battle, expecting the damage to take its toll early.
Kristijan Prenga is 20-1. He does throw. I've seen him. He throws a good hard right hand. I've seen him score a knockout to the body on YouTube, and he's gonna be AJ's first fight since the Jake Paul fight in December. Of course, AJ was then sidelined by a tragic car accident, which he obviously survived, but his 2 close friends in the car with him did not, and that obviously shook him up. It would shake anyone up.
Looking at the matchup, Paul Smith believed the main challenge for Joshua was finding his flow rather than dealing with a truly dangerous threat. However, he also made it clear that there was no margin for mistakes, describing the fight as a crucial must-win moment for Joshua.
This at the weekend, I want to see him not get carried away with it, not get thinking to himself, right, this kid's way below me, which he is, he absolutely is, but just go and be AJ. Get your jab out, lad, smack it down the middle, break this kid's nose, break this kid's heart, break this kid's spirit, and then deliver the signature stuff, the straight 1-2, because that's, you don't need to rewrite the script. The straight 1-2, the speed is still going to be there. I mean, look at him, he's a specimen, is the fella, and he's always kept himself in amazing shape. So just go and do that. And I'm quite happy if we get 6 rounds here of AJ just softening this dude up.
Scott also pointed out that while Prenga lacked Joshua's level of experience, his physical advantages, heavy right hand, and fearless approach made him a serious threat. With nothing to lose, Prenga had the ability to create problems if Joshua gave him any opening.
They don't see it like that. So if we go off of last performances off of each, Jake Paul with AJ and Makhmudov with Tyson Fury, I believe with Tyson Fury, I believe AJ actually did some good things against Paul. It took him time to get to, catch up to him and cut off the ring and finally get him out of there, but he got it done. And I also believe that Fury looked good, and to me, I didn't see any ring rust.
With this chapter now complete, attention turns to what comes next, because the heavyweight division continues to move forward with no signs of slowing down. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe and share your thoughts in the comments. Who should Joshua and Prenga step into the ring with next?